What's up, Wrestle Scope family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the hardest hitting wrestling news that nobody else is talking about. And listen, what I'm about to tell you right now, this is going to shake the entire WWE Universe to its core. Before we get into this explosive story, if you're not already subscribed, smash that subscribe button right now because you do not want to miss what's coming next. Hit that notification bell too, because things are about to get real messy in WWE. Now, let's talk about what just happened that has the entire wrestling world in an uproar. Bronson Reed, a man who has been destroying everyone in his path, a man who has been treated like an afterthought by WWE management, a man who has been overlooked, underestimated, and disrespected, just called out the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns. And you know what he said? He said, and I quote, "I'll show you who's boss." Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably sitting there saying, wait, is Bronson Reed insane? Is he actually challenging the man who dominated WWE for over 1,300 days, the head of the table? And here's where it gets spicy, Wrestle Scope Nation, because Roman Reigns hasn't responded yet. And his silence is speaking volumes. Is Roman scared? Is he avoiding Bronson Reed? Or is he plotting something that's going to change WWE forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Do you think Bronson Reed has what it takes to dethrone Roman Reigns? Or is he biting off more than he can chew? Let's break this down. Background context. First, let's talk about who Bronson Reed really is, because if you've been sleeping on this man, you need to wake up immediately. Bronson Reed is a 330-pound wrecking machine from Australia who has been on an absolute tear through WWE's roster. This isn't some rookie trying to make a name for himself. This is a seasoned veteran who has paid his dues, who has climbed the mountain, and who is hungry for that main event spot. Let me paint you a picture of what Bronson Reed has been doing lately. He destroyed Seth Rollins, not once, not twice, but multiple times. He hit Seth with tsunami after tsunami, leaving him broken and battered. Seth Rollins, a former WWE champion, a Grand Slam champion, was left helpless by Bronson Reed. He's gone through almost every top name on Monday Night Raw like they were nothing. R-Truth? Done. The Miz? Demolished. Even legends haven't been safe from his path of destruction. But here's what nobody is talking about. Bronson Reed has been doing all of this without any real storyline backing him up. He's been creating his own moments. He's been forcing WWE to pay attention to him. And you know what that tells me? It tells me that Bronson Reed is sick and tired of waiting for his opportunity. He's sick of watching Roman Reigns walk around like he owns the place. He's sick of the same old faces getting the same old opportunities. He's sick of the politics, the favoritism, and the disrespect. And that is what makes this call-out so dangerous, because Bronson Reed has nothing to lose and everything to prove. Now, let's talk about this message that Bronson Reed sent to Roman Reigns, because this wasn't just some random tweet or some throwaway promo. This was a declaration of war. I'll show you who's boss. 5 words, 5 powerful words that have sent shockwaves through the wrestling industry. Let me break down why this statement is so significant. First of all, Bronson Reed is directly challenging Roman's authority. He's not asking for a match. He's not begging for an opportunity. He's telling Roman that his time as the boss is over. This is the ultimate sign of disrespect in WWE. You don't just walk up to the tribal chief and tell him you're going to show him who's boss. That's like walking into a lion's den and slapping the lion across the face. But here's the thing, Wrestle Scope family. Bronson Reed can back it up. Let me tell you why. Bronson Reed has the size advantage. At 330 pounds, he's one of the most physically imposing superstars on the roster. When was the last time Roman Reigns faced someone who could match his physical presence? Think about it. Roman has faced smaller, quicker opponents, he's faced technical wrestlers, he's faced brawlers. But when has he faced a super heavyweight who moves like a cruiserweight? Bronson Reed can do things that a man his size has no business doing. The man hits a tsunami splash from the top rope that registers on the Richter scale. He's agile, he's athletic, and he's devastating. But it's not just about the physical attributes. It's about the mindset. Bronson Reed has been on a mission to prove that he belongs at the top of WWE. He's not content being a mid-card guy. He's not satisfied with just being on the show. He wants to be the guy. And right now, Roman Reigns is that guy. Roman is the measuring stick. Roman is the standard. If you want to be considered elite in WWE, you have to go through Roman Reigns. So when Bronson Reed says, "I'll show you who's boss," what he's really saying is, Roman, your reign is over. It's my time now. Roman's silence. Now here's where things get really interesting, Wrestle Scope Nation. Roman Reigns hasn't responded. The tribal chief, the head of the table, the man who has an answer for everything, has been silent. And you know what? That silence is deafening. There are 3 possible reasons for Roman's silence, and all of them are fascinating. Possibility number 1, Roman is being strategic. Roman Reigns didn't become the most dominant champion in WWE history by being reckless. He's calculated, he's methodical, he thinks before he acts. Maybe Roman is sitting back, watching Bronson Reed, studying his movements, analyzing his weaknesses. Maybe Roman is waiting for the perfect moment to strike back with a response that will destroy Bronson mentally before they even step into the ring. That's the Roman Reigns way. He's a chess player in a world of checkers players. Possibility number 2, Roman is concerned. Now hear me out on this one, because I know some of you are going to say Roman Reigns scared. Never. But listen, Roman is smart enough to know that Bronson Reed is different. This isn't just another challenger. This is a monster who has been plowing through everyone. Roman has eyes. He's seen what Bronson has done to Seth Rollins. He's seen the destruction. Maybe, just maybe, Roman is taking his time because he knows this is going to be his toughest challenge yet. Possibility number 3, WWE is building something massive. Think about it. What if WWE is purposely keeping Roman silent because they're building to something at a major pay-per-view? What if this confrontation is being saved for Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series? The silence could be intentional because WWE knows that when these two finally collide, it's going to be must-see television. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. Every day that Roman Reigns stays silent, Bronson Reed grows stronger. His confidence grows, his momentum grows, and the WWE Universe starts to believe that maybe, just maybe, Bronson Reed can actually do this. The storyline potential. Let's talk about the incredible storyline potential here, because this could be one of the greatest feuds in recent WWE history. Imagine this scenario playing out. Bronson Reed continues his path of destruction. He takes out more top stars. He becomes undeniable. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns is watching from the sidelines, probably with Paul Heyman whispering in his ear telling him not to worry about this nobody. But then, Bronson Reed costs Roman a match. Or maybe he attacks Roman from behind. Or maybe he interrupts one of Roman's tribal chief ceremonies and tsunamis him through the announce table. The disrespect, the audacity, the WWE Universe would go insane. And then we get the ultimate confrontation, face to face, eye to eye, the tribal chief versus the tsunami. Here's why this feud works on every level. David versus Goliath, except both are Goliath. Usually, when you have an underdog story, the underdog is smaller, less experienced, or less credible. But with Bronson Reed, you have a legitimate threat. He's just as big, just as powerful, just as dangerous. This isn't David versus Goliath. This is Kong versus Godzilla. The disrespected challenger versus the arrogant champion. Bronson Reed represents every wrestler who has been overlooked, every talent who has been told they're not main event material, every performer who has had to fight for every opportunity. Roman Reigns represents the establishment, the chosen one, the guy who gets opportunity after opportunity, the guy who the company is built around. This is a relatable story. Wrestling fans love rooting for the guy who has been told no his entire career. The battle of dominance. Both men are dominant forces. Roman has dominated with his calculated, methodical style and his bloodline backup. Bronson dominates with pure destruction and power. When these two styles collide, it's going to be explosive. But here's the twist that nobody is talking about. What if Bronson Reed is the guy who finally ends whatever Roman Reigns is building toward? What if he's the wrench in the machine, the unexpected obstacle that changes everything? The social media eruption. Wrestle Scope Nation, the wrestling world has exploded on social media over this call-out. Twitter has been blowing up, Instagram is going crazy, Reddit is having meltdowns trying to analyze every aspect of this potential feud. I've been reading through thousands of comments, and the community is split right down the middle. Some fans are saying Bronson Reed is exactly what WWE needs right now. Fresh matchups, new blood at the top, let's go. Other fans are saying Roman Reigns ended John Cena's career. He conquered the Undertaker's streak at Mania. He beat Brock Lesnar multiple times. What makes anyone think Bronson Reed stands a chance? But here's my favorite comment, and this one really got me thinking. Someone wrote, "Everyone said Roman couldn't be beaten until he was. Everyone said his reign would never end until it did. What if Bronson Reed is the next evolution? What if he's the future?" That comment right there, that's what has me hyped about this potential feud. Because in wrestling, anything can happen. The unexpected is what makes this industry so incredible.